Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place. Did you know that any business owner is on average 7 months away from losing everything? That is the average time it takes from a successful business to fold when an aspect of their business is not set up correctly. Have you ever wanted to get legal advice but didn't understand what was going on? Do you feel like there is a divide between lawyers and their clients? Then this TV show is for you. It is all about empowering you and your business with the knowledge and tools to ensure that this doesn't happen to you. Business Legal Lifecycle TV delivers a twice-weekly show focusing on the legal aspects of your business. At lunchtime on Mondays, we present Fast Fix Monday, a quick 5 to 10 minute show that will give you some actionable steps to consider for the week for your business. And at lunchtime on Wednesdays, we present our in-depth show of between 30 minutes and an hour, where we go through complicated legal aspects of your business in a simple to understand, plain English manner. And whether that is through educational pieces or interviews with experts in their fields.
Morning everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV. Today is Monday, so we're doing Fast Fix Monday. As always, I'm Craig Mason, one of the founders, and I'm with me, Jeremy.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day.
Excellent. So today we're in the month of April 2018, and we're talking about Phase 13, and that's winding up in an insolvency. And so today's topic for Fast Fix Monday, 3 ways to avoid insolvency. So what exactly is insolvency, or how do you become insolvent? Basically the test is that you can't pay your debts as and when they fall due. So you've got insufficient money there to pay your debts and the debts are due. So that's the general definition of insolvency. So that's something you want to avoid, obviously, because if you can't pay your debts, then certain things might happen to you. So definitely something in business to avoid. So we're just going to touch on 3 ways today about avoiding insolvency. As always, if you've got any questions or anything, please let us know, and we're happy to help and answer them where we can on the various platforms where you might be listening or watching this episode of Fast Fix Monday. So Jeremy, do you want to kick off with the first thing that we say you can do to avoid insolvency?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Craig. I think the first one really comes down to cash. Cash is king is a term you've probably heard many times in business, and if you haven't, well, I'd be very surprised. You need to improve your cash flow. So there are a couple of different ways to improve your cash flow. The first one is invoicing your customers on time and regularly. It amazes me how many people in business don't invoice their customers regularly and on time. You get so busy doing the work that you forget to actually bill your customers. We know this from our law firm that our staff from time to time forget to invoice our customers or clients on a regular basis. So you need to make sure that you're on top of that. The second one is chasing debts. So if you've got someone who owes you money, make sure that you're chasing that debt. Don't let late payments go unchallenged. The third one is avoid overtrading. So make sure that you're making sure that you're getting paid on time, and don't fulfill orders that you don't have the resources for and the cash to cope with. So make sure that you've actually got the resources to fulfill an order before you take it. Don't just take an order and then figure out how you're going to work it out later on. Reducing any unnecessary stock, that goes without saying. If you've got extra stock, get rid of it. Renegotiating with suppliers. So if you've got suppliers and they can be paid at different terms, then you might want to adjust your credit limits and payment dates. If you're looking at arrangements such as debt factoring or invoice discounting. So debt factoring is where you basically sell the debt to another third party who will collect the debt on your behalf. And invoice discounting might be that you might bill a certain sum of money, and if it's paid within 7 days, then you might accept a lesser sum. And the final thing that you might need to do to get cash is sell assets. So if you're a business that is heavily reliant upon equipment or assets, then you might want to sell them to get some cash in the door. But the first one, cash is king, really important to business, and is really the thing that will prevent you from going insolvent. Craig, do you want to go through the second one?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jeremy. So number 2 is try not to or never ignore your creditors. So as you know, when you're in business and you send out an invoice and it hasn't been paid and people are just ignoring you, you automatically start, one, to get very annoyed, and two, you start to worry about the potential ramifications that potentially your customer is insolvent and won't be able to pay their debt. So communication is key in this. If you've got suppliers or someone out there that you owe money to, communicating with them, trying to enter into payment arrangements that you can keep to is the way to do it. But head in the sand for this is not the best way, because if you ignore people, then eventually they're just going to proceed. They're going to be annoyed when you eventually then do try to contact them. It's going to cost more money too, because you probably, rather than negotiating back then, you're now negotiating with potentially court proceedings or some other demand under the Corporations Act against you. So you want to always try to keep in communication with the creditors, and most credit managers or accounts receivable type people will listen to if you're saying, look, I'm struggling, I'm waiting on this to be paid, blah, blah, blah. So always important to enter into those communications and not just ignore it all. So that'd be number two, never ignore your creditors. Jeremy, the third and last one for today.
Thanks, Craig. The last one is to reduce your overhead. So, we've talked about not ignoring your creditors. We've talked about actually, getting the cash in. But in any business, you're going to have overheads. So if you've got advertising costs or research and development costs, maybe you should reduce those if you can't afford them. They can be reduced very quickly and can save someone from going insolvent. Staff costs is another huge one. Reducing overtime or staff hours may be the way to go about reducing your overheads. You should look at things like redundancies. You might have to look at those kind of things, which may cost you more in the short term, but have some serious consequences on the future success of your business. Investment costs, so look at the costs of what kind of investment you or someone else can make in your business, and also premises. Most businesses still operate from a premises. They might be paying lease costs. Maybe you can look at moving if it's not going to be too costly. So they're the top three things to do to avoid going insolvent. Craig, do you want to conclude?
Yeah, excellent. So as Jeremy said, there are 3 ways to avoid insolvency. If you've got any questions, please let us know. Happy to help. That's it for Fast Fix Monday for today. We'll be back on Wednesday with one of our interview episodes. We'd encourage everyone to join us then to get some information about someone in the insolvency industry. They're going to have a lot to share with our viewers or listeners, and we know you're going to get a lot out of it. So come and join us on this Wednesday, to talk about and listen to that. So that's it for Fast Fix Monday. We'll see you all again later. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.